Hi, good morning. This is Teacher Felbert, yay, of Sanctuary for the Stumbled. Okay, so, well, for the benefit of my followers, ang astig ng bakla, may followers na 10. Charot. Anyway, okay, Sanctuary for the Stumbled, okay? So when you say sanctuary, it's like oasis, it's like paradise. It's like a home, not a house. A home is a place where you can be comfortable, okay? Where you can be who you are, okay? So house is the big houses of the politicians there in Tasmarinas village in Ayala, Alabang, and all that. Sorry, that can be a home as well. Anyway, when you say sanctuary is a place where you can be who you are, no matter who you are. Okay? No matter how cruel, rude, monstrous, and bipolar you are. Anyway, well, you're just a human being as long as you know how to say sorry as well. And you accept forgiveness even if not they are asked from you. You can always forgive people because they are human beings as well, faltering all the time. Alright? So when you say stumbled at the same time, stumbled is like you riding a bike, okay, and there's a bump and you get lost and fall, and yeah, and maybe walking and there's a guy that makes laka there and there's a bump as well, and yeah, it's a distraction, okay. A river is not a river. Okay? Paglagyan mo siya ng harang ng mga bato-bato. Okay? So, every human being in this planet is bound to falter. Okay? So, no exception except Teacher Felbert. Charot. Okay. Sanctuary for the Stumbled. Teacher Felbert. Felbert, aka Joy. Okay? So, in the Montessori team, Maria Montessori told me, my grandmother, she propounded that normalization is achieved via work. Okay? When you say work, translating it to further into like present, present, now. So it's like a work that you love to do. Okay? It's a career, not a job. So don't you ever tell me that you're working at Depot with an accent. Okay, that you have a career when you don't actually love what you're doing and you have to go to work because you needed to pay your apartment tomorrow. And my laser was a faltering memory. Sorry, sorry ka ba? Well, I love this guy, you know. He's a LaSalle graduate, okay? So, well, I'm a LaSalle graduate as well. So, we kind of like, you know, understand each other. We have the same blood. Charot lang. Yeah. Speaks English very well. And he likes to despise me. He keeps telling me every time he knocks on my door and asks for my rent and I can't pay. He will tell me, "Oh, Felbert, why are you so handicapping when you talk very well and you supposedly would have so much money?" Anyway, sir, I told him I had charities. I invested for men. Yeah. And the beverage company, and the ala company, and the drug company that are peddled. Wherever in this, wherever in the nook of this country, wherever in the world there are drugs. Okay? Okay, so in other words, city or the country is a poor country when drugs are not available. Okay, so their drugs are supposed to treat you. Okay, that's why it's called illegal because it's illicit. They are like taken from the peddlers that are, you know, passing through, well, camouflages and flags, red flags, or whatever they call it. The obstruction of the military, police officers, police, people in uniform. But you know what allowed them? Yeah. When I got jailed for like 6 hours. Because, yeah, yeah, he wanted to fuck me. Come on, charot. Yeah. Oh my God, the Julia Roberts and me. Okay. Well, yesterday, 22, I spoke about the sorcery in the government, regulating bodies or government agencies using the IT system, okay? So, by the way, this is Teacher Felbert. I would say this because probably Obi Montessori or, yeah, Professor Sullivan was the dean of Obi Montessori College then, approved my outgoing internal audit manager's recommendation to replace him, although I'm not a certified public accountant and do have a master's degree, because I was the auditor in charge of Ristorante La Dolce Fontana. It's an Italian restaurant that was located at the grounds of Obi Montessori. Okay, so it was used then as a working laboratory for our students, yeah, for 2-year food technology. That's equivalent to like a 4-year HRM course in STI. Okay, yeah, I have to name drop STI because I used to teach at STI. Have had students who were HRM students actually and tourism. Okay, yeah, I love STI. You know, I just realized later on why is STI so adaptable, you know, as far as I am a malditang teacher, magandang teacher. Yeah, and I realized later on that the president of STI is Mr. Jacob. Yeah, the father of Angel Jacobs, okay? And I realized also that he used to sit as board of director of Obi Montessori. Okay, so he got prepared environment in his heart. So when you teach us STI, everybody is there. You just like get your pens and teach. Okay, so everything is afforded, and you're just gonna pay like less than 30,000 for a semester. Yeah, yeah, it looks like it's not well as prestigious as maybe the ones in the university belt and the one in, well, my alma mater. Joke. I'm from Alasal Mindanao, Lasal Zames, yeah, the one in Taft and the one in Katipunan, okay? But learning is not like that. Come on, learning is like following Tatsulok. Okay? So don't get intimidated by people graduating from UP Diliman, from Ateneo, from LaSalle, from UST, from wherever. Okay? Especially now that there's technology and, well, yeah, and, well, you have to be also like coached maybe or tutored by somebody in the field, okay? NBA stars, they cannot play without coaches, okay? PBA for that matter, those hovering coaches are there all the time, okay? Professional actors have mentors, have coaching teachers, coaching mentors, okay? Okay, so don't get intimidated by people that seem to be, you know, think that they are just the ones talented and they're just the ones who have all the brains because they graduated from Ateneo or from UP Diliman or from De La Salle or from USC. Learning and becoming who you are is not like that. Come on, Forrest Gump will love you for that. Okay? Anyway, so to get me as a college teacher in OB Montessori, remember that I'm not a CP, you do have MBA. Okay, it's a no-no. Okay, but they actually kind of recognize or acknowledge that I had been the auditor in charge of Ristorante La Dolce Fontana. Okay, calling all restaurant owners that you can hire me as an internal auditor. Okay, that's why. Well, when I did teach, Mrs. Sullivan, Professor Sullivan actually sat in my class. Okay, I have to tell you this. When you are handled by a Professor Sullivan, you could be in your panty. And there was Montessori training for 6 months anyway. You had to write your love story. Well, love story in family, love life, whatever. Okay, so that's supposed to teach you grammar. But you cannot like complete the sentence when your two words are not agreeing from each other anymore. Okay? She's a very terrible but very good educator. Okay? She will teach you how to talk. She will teach you how to express yourself. And yeah, I love you, Professor Sullivan. Although, well, I didn't understand how terrible you were when I was there. Well, I loved that you came to my office and was asking for my cigar. Yeah, because you love me too, and when you saw me, you kind of like go head to foot me, like that. Okay, but I love you. You just don't know how much I love you because the people down under your umbrella are not loving you. We're not loving you. I love you too as well. Anyway, yeah, there. So I did teach in college. I was internal auditor at the same time for 5 years. Okay, no matter how I wanted to like get away from sorry, my head is hurting. My brains are like gonna get off from my head. Okay, so I'm nursing. I have to do. I don't know. I think this is rebirth. We call it rebirth, resurrection, whatever. But I can see the lights already. Okay. So anyway, there. So I did teach in college for like 3 years. Okay, that's the third year. Well, I applied as a math teacher in 1995. They didn't accept me. 97. Yeah. Well, they accepted me as internal auditors, so I worked there till 97 to 2001. So like for 3 years, I did teach as a college teacher. Okay, teaching inventory management, cost control, and accounting for schools. Okay, so we don't have a template or whatever, yeah, but what I love Obi Montessori is they allow you to like, you know, they break stereotypes, they break pigeonholing, they break like what you become who you are. It's man makes himself. Come on, drumming the human spirit to bring out who you are, core, truth. Okay, so there I did work as like a teacher for 3 years. Okay, so in my third year yata yun. Yeah, and well, I do have confidence all the time, especially with talking. I didn't know that. My dean in the SCI College in Cubao, Dana Tibia, okay, told me, Felbert, you thought and all the time, you think all the time that you're so good in writing when we actually got to because we were in awe of your ability to talk. Okay, thank you. I love you, Bintana. Oh, you tell me that I cannot teach anymore, so I got this medium, okay? So you tell me I cannot like be, teaching in a classroom because I have that wherever I have that, okay? In my bottom, I guess I have to have one. Okay, so the topic for today. Remember that I'm a teacher, okay? So let's have this like a topic, okay? The topic for today is yesterday. Yesterday I talked about chaos in the government bodies, with the sorcery and IT system. Now I have to talk about corporate theft. Okay. So when I left OB as a riveting, very beautiful teacher and internal auditor, yeah, and external auditor of OB, sorry, the then Julita Tumayaw, who was a trailblazer in Sisip Gores and Valayo, SGB, okay, she graduated in Ramon Magsaysay salutatorian in the top of the class. And she was, I know, was kind of like, yeah, indeed a trailblazer because we, when I worked with her and Velma Aldea, we got so many tax clients, surplus of Sisip Gores and Valayo. Okay, so when I left OB, I did work with her on a part-time basis, and well, there was corporate theft actually in Albany, Montessori. I could figure it out, and so there were losses, there were accruals of so many irregularities. Okay, there were suspensions, there were retirements, there were kickouts, there was forced to resign because they did some kind of a fraud. Okay, so I could not actually dwell on them because it. Oh well, yeah. Well, all the things were like not really so, not really so crucial and important to talk about. Okay, but we have to talk about corporate theft in a situation or in a company setup where there are different there are stockholders who are in dispute, who are stealing from each other. Okay, okay. There. When I work with Julita Tamayaw, Excel Consulting, together with Velma Aldea and Ate Maxi. Well, I was the only guy then, but I was like, a girl then as well. Anyway, so I work with this all women external auditors. We worked in a company that closed because Julita Tamaya, Ma'am Julie told us that the stockholders are putting, their own or are cooking legal battles from each other because they guys are actually stealing from each other. Okay, so in other words, we were working as forensic accountants. Okay, the company operated for like 10 years. Okay, it died after its 10th year operation. Okay, and come on, in forensic accounting, we had to kind of dig from beneath, from the bottom, okay, from where they were buried, okay, from day one where they operated until it closed, until it shut down because the company was losing already. So massive losses, okay? We have to audit, do, well, sort of forensic accountant. We have to himay. Okay, from day one they started operation. Can you imagine that? It's been 10 years that they were in operation, okay? And every account that you can see in the financial statements, okay? Balance sheet, cash, accounts receivable, inventories, property and equipment, okay? Investments, okay? Liabilities, accrued and current liabilities, long-term loans, whatever, equity accounts, okay, so revenues, what else, and various operating expenses, okay, we have to dig it, okay, dig it from 60 feet below the ground. We have to determine each one, okay. We have to come up with, I can't further like talk about this further because it was forensic accounting and you have to obtain corroborating evidences to determine that all these account balances are reliable. Okay, because the operation had closed already, had ceased operation, had closed. Yeah, technically, the company is dead. Okay, so there. It was very, very challenging work experience. Okay, and it was very, very, what you call this? Uh, worth all the all the drama in life, you know. Yeah, it's like we worked for like quite a while for the 10-year audit. Okay, when you see audit in forensic accounting, I have to let you know that this is different from the one that we do in external audit. Okay, it's like doing internal auditing at the same time. Himay-himay, okay? Kukunin yung laman from the bones, okay? When you eat McDonald's or when you eat Max, for example, it's syrup to the bones, okay? You have to make himay-himay the chicken, savor it, put the, what you call this, the buto in the plate, okay? And there's the beautiful, handsome waiter that's gonna clean your mess, okay? Anyway, there, corporate theft, okay? Well, yesterday also I made mention about a tax client in Makati who we audited, okay? Well, the owner was stubborn, kind of like, uh, uh, a personality that intimidating. Well, he's a professor from Ateneo. Well, I'm a teacher from Obi Montessori. Hi, Mr. X. So I understand that you're a professor from Ateneo and I'm a teacher from Obi Montessori. So are you beautiful? Okay. Mayabang, in other words. It wanted or loves to intimidate people. Loves to intimidate my partner Jennifer and sus values. My friend, who is now abroad, I guess, was kind of like intimidated. Told me, Director, come on here. You know. So I got her and I had to tell him that, who are you to be doing that to us? Okay. Well, the audit fee was just supposed to be around 50,000, and I told him, take it or take it. I'll charge you 150,000. Well, I took care of their corporate tax case. Yeah, prior, and I pulled it through. Okay. And they didn't pay me well. Well, the company paid me well because the other stockholder actually paid me well. And he is stubborn and he is like, well, he feels like he's intimidating, but I can't be intimidated, so we have to intimidate each other. You have to pay 150,000 whether you like it or not. And he paid. And he wanted me to work with him, sort of, maneuver. Sort of like, well, this bakla cannot do this to me. Okay. So, we audited. It's 150,000 external audit fee. Okay, so I kind of like followed Mrs. Tamayo. Mrs. Tamayo, chance Obi Montessori, million. Anyway, sorry. Well, this guy wanted me to go to the office, okay? So I'm from Cubao again, and love Cubao. Okay. So I was in Cubao yesterday. You know what? I bought a dumbbell. There's one. I don't know why this is called dumbbell when it's not dumb. You know? Forrest Gump, why is this so bad? Dumbbell, mabigat naman siya kahit paano. Anyway. Yeah, and there, he paid us 150,000 for an external audit for a particular taxable year, and well, in the course of the audit, I found, actually, Jennifer was like not really into work details. She just signed. Okay, but I gave her 50,000 anyway. Wow, that's how I share. Yeah, I could suppose like pay her only 10,000, but I have to pay her 50. Okay. And there I saw how he, you know, kind of do doctoring. And eventually, when he was asked of things, he was kind of lawyering at the same time. Come on, you're a professor, I'm a teacher. I better speak better than you. Wait. No, yabang ko no. Yabang ko para kung hindi si Bisaya. Anyway, yeah, because the reason why I'm like that because I have my truth. Okay? Yeah, when I cannot talk like very comfortable talking when all my concoctions are like cruel lies and camouflages. No, so I have truths. Okay, I discussed it to him. Okay, he told me, okay, you just present, do this like that, so we can kind of like come up with an audited financial statements that my partner Jennifer signed. Okay, so remember that 5 years ago, uh, well, I took care of their corporate tax case. Okay, from my study of the corporate tax case, yeah, don't intimidate me. So I saw how the company was operating. Okay, so I made, well, what could I do? The operation had gone. I'm not the resident accountant or retainer accountant at the same time. So we kind of like, yeah, based on the filed returns, you have to come up with an audited financial statements. Truth of the matter is, this is what are happening. All right. So let's not clean Zonrox here, or let's not inom Zonrox here, or tidy ourselves with anything. That's why I call myself a doctor consult. Yeah. I'm a doctor indeed. Yeah, I'm a teacher. Yeah, so there, I live in Cubao and he wanted me go to Makati on a daily basis and he was paying me like 50,000. Okay? Ati V, Velmaldea, who used to work with Phil Sol, we handle large corporate, large Korean clients who are doing business here in the Philippines. Well, very sadly, they got me like help them prepare financial statements for like January until April. But the Korean boss was so happy of my beautiful face, and he wanted to stay. So I worked here, but I could say that I don't want to disappoint anyway. For whoever you are there, that's wanting me work with you. I told you I have bipolar disorder, and the truth is, being bipolar, I cannot do massive desk work, and I cannot like go to your office. It's not scam, it's not fraud, it's my reality, okay? But I can do more into talking, into consulting, into something else. Okay, I have to accept that. That's why I'm getting my anak ni Neneng, Ron, and my niece Bea, anak ni Janly, and my daughter RR, and those students that are wanting or that would like to work with me as interns. Okay, because I'm a teacher, I can't as well. Okay, however, they can like do massive like brainworks into preparation of financial statement, some enhancements, anything. Okay, so I did work in Makati with Valmaldea or Philsol. Okay, so well, I would disappoint them because I could not be in the office at 9 o'clock. Okay, my counterpart Korean manager told me, "Oh, the owner of the company just arrived." And I would tell her, "Mom, in the Korean novella, I am the bida, you are the contrabida, so be quiet." Okay? Anyway, so I did work in this XYZ company in Makati, okay? So it's like, yeah. So he wanted me at 9 o'clock on so many occasions I would arrive in the office at 11 o'clock. That's why I freelance because don't want to be the time bound. Okay, so well, like a month, I kind of got to the office. Okay, so he allowed me say paper trail. All right. Okay. So being internal auditor for 5 years at OB Montessori and being a freelance external auditor working with the formidable then Julieta Tamaya and Famaldea, we kind of like have professional skepticism in our big heads, big brains at the same time. So, and well, the ability to talk. Okay, so I saw he does a lot of sorcery as well. So it's like, but the stockholders, his co-stockholders, kind of like just nod or whatever, or yeah, whatever they see in the financial statements at the year of the tax at the end of the taxable year. Okay, I saw how badly the company was messed up. Okay, my friend, a co-stockholder of the company, had quite uh, a handicapping illness. Okay, he lives in Laguna and he could not go to the office in Makati every day. Okay, so he was like vice president for finance. So I saw how unfair that professor was, and yeah, and I could see that they were declaring dividends at the end of the year. Well, the distribution was according to what was detailed in the sick papers, but there were disbursements, there were expenses that I could not take, and I had to keep asking him because the other stockholder actually became a friend. Okay, so I would always ask my friend, Sir, I think you should come to the office every day so that we can discuss about what's happening with your company. Okay, Felbert, I'm so sorry, I'm sick again, so I cannot do that. Anyway, Mr. X is there. I believe we can pull it through. Okay, so what I'm saying is, well, because they are in the company, they are paid as well. What I'm saying is, well, there are two. All the three stockholders are like, you know, not really stockholders. You know what you call this? Just like facade, or just like what you call this? A four, not really a 401, like family member. Okay, but they're the two retirees of a particular company. So all the retirement fees together were like infused to that company and build one, and the company was flourishing. Okay, maybe my friend, a stockholder, was already confident that he made bawi now all his investments, and is receiving a salary and all that. So he allowed Mr. X to be doing everything, and Mr. X was massively siphoning funds from the company. Okay, and you could see that in disbursements, you can see that in all the well-being of the company was in question. Okay, so corporate tax. Yeah, you tell me I'm saying I'm not the best internal auditor that that you can get or you can employ, but yeah, I'm a kind of internal audit practitioner that really asks, okay, that really questions, that really gets you to your bone to tell me what happened, because especially when it's a corporation, because there are other stakeholders that are, you know what, that are disadvantaged. Okay. Okay, so when I started questioning him, Mr. X, a very kuno, brilliant professor in stealing, well, kind of saw me intimidating. Okay, what does this bakla is doing to my company? Okay, why is he asking a lot of questions when I paid him 50,000? Well, I paid him 150,000 for preparing financial statements last year, for paying me 100,000 for that corporate tax case that he did. Okay, so he wasn't 20 of me anyway. So he kind of like cooked, fabricated reasons why he doesn't want me anymore. Okay, so he fired me. Okay, so sabi na it's better we remain friends because you cannot come to the office on time. Okay, and I left. Okay, and I left with a grateful heart, seeing him to be a brilliant professor indeed. Okay. Anyway, so remember that I pulled through a tax case, corporate tax case, of the company, and there's another tax case that I handled but sat for well in a certain city within the metro. So the tax case sat in the RDO for like 2 years. So I thought 1 year, and I thought we could pull it through in the next year. Okay, so I was not anymore keeping in touch with them. So for whatever reason, I met the examiner in another RDO and asked about it, and she told me they already took it out. Okay, so I was disadvantaged. So I made him putang ina mo. You have to pay me. Okay, so he paid. He paid 20,000 instead of 50,000 for my damages. Gotcha. Okay, and you guys, you have to tell me this. Okay, so a lot of corporate theft that I can discuss, but you know, time bound. You know, I have to work pa yet. So there. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is everyone interested in doing a business and forming a corporation with other stakeholders, you guys should be checking what's happening in the company, okay? Although you are not sitting as an officer, you have to see the details of the financial statements, okay? If you get an audited financial statements, a copy of it, you have to like determine, or actually like kind of like entice yourself to be in the office, so that the one your co-stakeholder that's going to the office would also like get intimidated you're there, okay, so that he could not like manipulate, okay, all paper trail and all disbursements and all that. It has to be fair, okay, because corporate theft is so massive as well, okay. I have a lot of things to tell you about corporate theft, but that one is so striking and interesting story to tell. So that's the company I have to discuss for now. And next time I know I will be talking another company. Okay. So you guys, I have to tell you this. It's tax season. I can do works for you and external audit you, and eventually if you feel that you are cheated by your co-stakeholder, then you hire me as internal auditor, because yeah, I can really like put him down and bury him alive, charot. uh yeah, yeah, I can really ask, I don't really mind asking, and I don't really mind trying to kind of like lawyer him. Yeah, because you know, it's supposed to be, yeah, it's confirming balances, it's confirming, are you not crazy having all this and that? I have to ask that because it's my responsibility as well. Okay, so there, if you feel like you're cheated by your co-stakeholder for that matter, then you hire me. Yeah. I'm gonna be a good lawyer. I'm gonna be a tax lawyer. I'm gonna be a certified public accountant that's doing internal, external auditor. But I am a beautiful internal auditor. That I can promise you. And I'm a teacher, so that's why I ask. I really ask. Okay, so I have to ask because I cannot live in lies. I have to ask because I have to inculcate truths. I have to determine evidences. I have to determine corroborating evidences of confirming balances at the end of the year. Okay? Well, I can do some bending as well. Well, I cannot get tax clients if I do not bend like that. You know, I do bending a lot. Yeah, like that. And my legs are spread like that. Okay? So good morning. This is teacher Felbert again. I'm 49 years old. I'm a teacher, I'm an artist, a filmmaker, a freelance, an internal external auditor, and sometimes, as beautiful as I am, well, I do occasionally acting. I do act well in independent films. Okay, so today is 24, I guess. Yeah, 24. Is it 24 today? 23. Okay. So there. That's for today. I love you, Kabao. I'm kind of like comfortable with wearing like this and and feeling beautiful, pretty, and do some bending. I love you, Kabao. Good morning.